Okay, so we have Gidget walking around behind me. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Lay down. So just like we did with Piper last week, if you don't know Avery, let me tell you a little bit about him. Avery is the absolute easiest child that has probably ever been raised. He is an old soul. He was born like as a 50-year-old. He is so smart. And honestly, he is beyond smart. He's actually wise. There have been many times that I've said that he's probably the smartest person in our house. He is just literally smart as a tack, academically and just kind of worldly as well. Just he gets it. The funny thing about Avery is that his sense of humor is so dry. So where we talked about Piper last week is very, very quick-witted, and she'll like get you with a zinger. Avery is gonna slide it in, and then maybe like an hour or two later, you're gonna think back on it and you will crack up because it is so funny. He is my kid that has always flown under the radar. He has never needed or wanted any special attention. And so where Piper has been on the stage and trophies and commanding audiences her entire life, Avery was very, very different and content to just be her biggest cheerleader. Like so many kids, it was high school band that really brought Avery out of his shell. And so he played marimba for the first 3 years in high school band at Seven Lakes, and then like March, May, probably more May of his junior year, so going into his senior year, I started getting all these text messages one day that said, oh my gosh, congratulations to Avery, this is great news, congratulations. And I got several of them in a row, and finally I responded to my friend and just said, what are you congratulating him for? And she said he made the bass line. So unbeknownst to me, Avery had auditioned for bass drum and made it. And so he marched bass drum his senior year. So kind of after I was over the shock of him not playing marimba, it was a really great year. He had a great time. And selfishly, I will admit that I really loved him playing marimba because I could always find him. And he was up front, and I got great photos, and y'all know how I feel about a photo. Love a photo. But luckily with bass drum, he was pretty easy to find as well. So then fast forward for him, Avery goes to the University of Alabama in the fall. He was pretty undecided on whether or not he was going to continue band there. We did a college visit and got to meet with Kevin Wellborn, who was at that point at Alabama, is now the new director at Avon, so congratulations, Kevin. But we got to have a meeting with him, and pretty much that day after that meeting, it sealed the deal that Avery would do $1 Million Band in Alabama. Seeing him go from the high school band setting to the college band setting was just remarkable. Avery's personality is just very electric when he performs. He is just an incredible kid to watch when he plays. If you start watching him, you're going to have a hard time taking your eyes off of him. He is just magical. And so for this child who stood in the background and flew under the radar for so many years to turn into the most beautiful performer when he's on the field, it makes me so happy. The fact that he's marching drum corps is maybe something that I didn't know would happen maybe for him. Didn't know if he would want to. I knew that playing was a good outlet for him, and it's something that we encouraged him to do, obviously going into his freshman year of high school and then again freshman year of college. But to see him really take off and thrive, fantastic. Carolina Crown is a good fit for Avery from a technique standpoint. I think the people at Carolina Crown are a good fit for Avery. He is so methodical, and just his musicality it's just uniquely him. In the end, I think where he landed is great. And so I'm so excited to see him playing marimba. I'm so excited that I'll have a great vantage point of him again. And I just know that he's going to be a great leader for that drum corps. I'm really excited. I'm just excited for him because it's something that, to me, I didn't know that if he would ever pursue that. And so even though we've always said that we would love for each kid to march at least one summer of drum corps, for Avery, I didn't know that that was always going to be his desire. And if that wasn't his desire, then obviously that was something that we wouldn't push him into. But he looks like he's having the best time, and I'm so excited for him. All right, so let's take a look at Crown on their first night. I was able to be with Avery for his first performance, which was super special. Unlike Piper being on flow, I wasn't able to scream and holler Avery's name through the whole show, because if you have met Avery, you know that me screaming his name or anything that I really would want to scream at him, not his jam. He would have died and crawled under that marimba. But there are some really special parts of that show that he really just knocks it out of the park, and I want you to see those.
Live interactive experience. If you have already downloaded the Crown Live app, please take out your phone and open it now. And if you have not yet downloaded the Crown Live app, it's not too late. You can use the QR code located on the conductor's podium. Yes, we know. Usually you're supposed to put your phone away during a performance. Well, today is your chance to be a rebel. Right here, right now. Please be advised, Carolina Crown will now be testing their audio system. Now.